Yes, this is Jeremy Pittman. I was calling regarding a review online, but I'll tell you, I'm gonna probably delete that review because it was me and my buddy Donald, and I had been drinking, and he told me you should write a review on this place. You know who I'm talking about, Donald White?
Okay, yeah, I know Donald White.
Yeah, well, I've known him a long time, and he was just kind of complaining about, I guess y'all wouldn't let him paint things like he wanted them, and I don't know. I guess he just rents a lot from y'all, right?
Yeah, I got. Do you want a copy of it? Hang on 1 second.
All right.
Is there a phone number I can call you back on?
Oh yeah, let me give it to you. It's 651, and my name's Jeremy.
And where did you leave this?
I had a Google review. Me and Donald been drinking, and he said, "Yeah, you ought to write him a Google review." But I'm gonna take it down. I don't think it was right to do that. I wasn't trying to be mean or nothing. He just told me to write it because he said he didn't have no Google account. He got locked out. Somebody hacked his account or something.
Okay, I'll give you a call back.
All right, I appreciate that.
Okay. Properties.
I'm sorry about that. My phone was acting up when you called me back.
Oh, okay. So, where did you leave this Google review?
I left it on your Google page. I took it down though, because like I said, Donald got to complaining about, I guess y'all wouldn't let him paint something, and then he kind of got huffy with me and said if he wanted to, he'd cut that trailer in half. And I said, man, that ain't a good idea. I don't know how much you know Donald, but he's kind of erratic sometimes. You know, he gets kind of upset easily.
Oh yeah. No, I've not had any experiences like that myself.
I don't know if you know, but he's real big into pictures. He's got pictures everywhere, and he said something about, I guess y'all wouldn't let him hang up pictures because I guess, does he own the trailer or do y'all own the trailer? Because he said y'all wouldn't let him hang up pictures and wouldn't let him paint and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, we have no control over what they do inside their homes. Yeah.
Yeah, he got him a car, and he said he took it apart, and I guess somebody complained about the parts being out there or something too long, and then the snow fell, so I guess they're buried under the snow now. But he was pretty upset about that, and he said if he wanted to, he'd cut that trailer in half. And he said it wasn't right for y'all not to do it. So he said I had to go on there because I guess his account got hacked, and he can't get into his Google account no more. But him and Tracy, they're characters. I've known them for a long time.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Well, yeah. He said he's gonna pay that thing off, and he said if he wants to, he'll cut it in half. Y'all got any rules against that? Because I'll tell him he can hang up stuff if that's okay with y'all. I guess he misunderstood.
But if he has any questions, he can always come or call the office here. I mean, they've come in here numerous times and never asked a question. So, yeah, if they have any questions, they're more than welcome to call me directly or stop in.
Yeah, I'll tell him that we talked, and I apologize for writing that review, and I took it down. But he's a character, he gets real mad sometimes when he gets drunk and stuff. And then Tracy, she just won't shut up. She just keeps talking. And I told her, man, that guy right there, he done threatened to put dents in my head more than once.
Scary.
Yeah, he's from West Virginia. He's famous. He was in a movie. Did he ever tell you about that?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Yeah, his family or something.
Yeah, he's famous, and that's his big argument. Every time me and him get into an argument, he'll say, "Oh, nobody wants to make a movie about your family." And I tell him, "Hey, man, I don't want no movie made about my family." He's funny though. He does that tap dancing. You ever seen him do his tap dancing?
No.
Oh, he's a character. You ought to ask him for a show one day. He can he can kick and all that stuff with his boots and make all them clicking noises.
Oh wow.
And make all them clicking noises.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a hell of a painter. He makes like $90,000 a year painting. And I told him, man, you ought to do modern art.
Like for his job, right?
Yeah, he paints Walmarts and Menards and stuff. But I told him he ought to do modern art because he knows how to spray that thing, and he can spray that paint that's like oil based. He puts Vaseline all over him, and so it don't get in his eyes, and then he just goes to town.
Goodness. Well, hopefully he doesn't get drunk and talk you into leaving more not so nice Google reviews.
No, I took it down, and I'm sorry about that. You know, he just pulled it up and said, "Hey, why don't you write a review? Because I can't use my account." So he said somebody on YouTube's hacked him or something. They took his account away from him on Facebook and Google. You heard anything about that?
No.
Yeah.
He probably, I mean, if he gets drunk and gets mean and stuff, he probably did it to himself. I don't know.
Yeah, he goes off on these rants. He called this one old dude some hateful words one day, and I think that made the people mad on YouTube with him, and they started making videos about him, and you know, because he's famous and all, so they was making all kind of videos, and he got pretty upset about that. He said they cost him his job. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I enjoy talking with him until he starts getting, you know, angry. And Tracy, she likes to talk too. She likes to tell him what to say. You ever heard her tell him what to say? She'll say, "Oh yeah, say this and don't tell him to do that there, babe."
Goodness. Yeah, I don't hear much from them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that they're quiet then, because man, he can get a temper on him.
Oh boy. Not good.
Well, y'all have a good time around there and just try to stay out of his way, because you know he's threatened more than once to knock dents in my head. And then I tell you what, if his cousin Durkee ever comes up there, he's in the movie too. If his cousin Durkee ever comes up there, that guy's been known to kick people 50 yards. That's what he says. He's like a pro football player or something.
Well, hopefully he doesn't come up and make any scene, because we don't tolerate that stuff up here.
Yeah, he mostly just stays in his house. That boy there's scared to go out. He works on his four-wheeler about once every 3 days. Yeah, he's a character too, just like Donald.
Oh, and is he your family?
No, he's Donald's family. I don't claim that boy. He don't work or nothing. He just got some charges dropped because he choked this girl half to death, I think. But he got the charges dropped because he ratted out some other drug dealer or something, I think.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that family's crazy. That's why they made a movie about him, I guess. You ever seen that movie?
No.
It's pretty good. It's got some parts in it that's pretty funny. Most people I know in West Virginia are pretty good folks. They ain't like them. They're just kind of a poster child, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty big characters, and they do a lot of drugs and stuff. I guess that's why Donald wanted to get away from there.
Oh, Donald doesn't though, right?
Oh, he claims he don't, but you know, I mean, he drinks a lot, and he gets to saying some things that make me wonder.
Really?
Yeah, he's a character.
Oh, well, hopefully he doesn't.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you calling me back, and like I say, I'm sorry for writing that review while I was drinking with Donald, but I have removed it since, and I appreciate y'all's responsiveness on it.
Yep. Well, thank you for letting us know and then for taking it down. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you see Donald, you just tell him old Jeremy called and smoothed things over, because I don't want him to have no hard time.
Okay.
Jeremy Pittman's my name.
Jeremy Pittman?
That's right. He knows me. Just tell him, you know, because I told him I was going to take it down. I didn't feel right about leaving it up. I think, you know, he agreed.
Yeah. Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for your time, ma'am. You have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bleezy told me.
Leroy here.